All right, we are here live. Hopefully, no more technical difficulties because I messed up the thumbnail on the stream.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a faux pas. I'm desperately trying to fix it in the background now.
Good man, good man. We know you can do it. We know you can do it.
I've just come up with the most generic thumbnail I possibly could.
Good. All right, just whatever. Just get people to LT Gaming. So we're gonna talk some games, some hidden gems live. We might even have a look through the old the Steam stuff. I've lost you there, Tom. Hang on. There you are. Yeah, we're going to have a look through Steam, maybe go through some hidden gems live. Me and Tom have picked out a few. We're going to give away some keys. Hello to Iceman. Welcome to the chat. And yeah, we're just going to talk gaming, really. We haven't really done anything like this. We've always tried to live stream. It's absolutely roasting here in Europe. I don't know what it's like for you, Tom.
It's pissing the rain outside, so I'm absolutely fine to be inside.
Nice. Okay. Very, very good. All right, I'm going to switch over to, I'm going to get rid of this timer that I had. That worked kind of okay. But yeah, what are you playing at the moment, Tom? Tell me what you're playing. What
currently... am I playing? I just picked up Black Mesa, and I'm about to embark on Half-Life all over again, just like back in the day. And I've been playing tons of Warno, mostly with you.
Yeah, true.
And a selection of different roguelites. So I'm incredibly addicted right now to Monster Train 2. I know some people in our Discord are also very wary of that game. I love the first one, and the second one is even more addictive for me. I don't think you've ever played it though.
Monster, I've put it on Game Pass. I think that's where you're playing it, right?
So I
have it on Game Pass, but I haven't played it yet. No, but I want to fire it up. I want to try some more roguelites. You've challenged me to try and jump into the genre, even though I'm not the it's not my favorite genre, but I can see the appeal.
Yeah, you're a little critical of roguelites, or roguelites.
I am.
And roguelikes.
They're not as immersive for me. Oh, it's some of the people from Discord jumped in. Hey, Frog Mage. Hey, Magnus. Good to see you. I am running this stream on my Alienware. I know you hate Alienware, but there you go. It's managing to work. There's a bit of steam coming out of it, but it's holding up. It's holding up. But yeah,
terrible case.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I want to give some roguelites a go. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, at the moment, like you said, I'm completely engrossed in Warno. They released a couple of extra divisions today, and some free ones because the expansion is delayed. Now, when I first played Warno, I absolutely hated it. It wasn't a game for me. But it grew on me when I got it a second time around, and I absolutely love it now. And I do play a little bit slower paced, but overall, such a great game.
I avoided it for the longest time because you gave me a pretty bad take on it. Like you not bad take, but like you said, it's Regiments is better, blah blah blah. And then somewhere along the line, when you reviewed it. I think you did the release review for the 1.0.
Yep.
You kind of said, "Oh, actually, I changed my mind completely." Great game.
It is a good game, I have to say. I enjoy it a lot. Making divisions in that game, battle groups, like literally is addictive. I've sat there for like 4 or 5 hours just min-maxing my battle groups, putting in units that I want to play with. Units I know from, just being interested in military stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun from that thing. Hello to everybody in chat. Thanks for joining. We're going to give away some keys. We're going to find some hidden gems live. We've got a few cool games to find for you. What else am I playing? X4, the update for X4. I just did a video on it. That is absolutely monumental. I mean, fair play to Egosoft. They had some bumps along the way, but they really have come through. So fair play to them.
I'm trying real hard to get into the game. I can see why it's addictive. I've played through all the tutorials now. And I've embarked on my first adventures. And it's a great game. But it's a lot. It's really... I feel like I need to commit 2 hours now to start playing it.
Yeah, exactly that. And even people in the comments, I'm like, oh, I've got 500 hours. And they're like, oh, that's nothing. You're a baby. I have 2,000 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, 2,000 hours in X4 is, it's a lot. Like even getting back into it this week, I realized that I literally had to put a few hours of my life aside just to get that video made because I needed to get to a certain point. Now, Fortunately, I've got a lot of the DLC, and I do some, intro. I played a lot of the game, so I can do quite advanced starts. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely a time sink, and I think it's if you're gonna play it, it's the only thing you're gonna play.
Yeah, Iceman said he wishes it ran better. I
Yeah,
haven't noticed any issues yet, but probably my infancy in the game.
you've also got a very powerful computer.
True.
But apparently that doesn't have a huge impact. I don't think it's very well optimized for systems. So the performance is getting better, but yeah, it can be pretty bad at times. You're dropping down to 60 frames a second on pretty powerful hardware, and you're like, ugh, you'd expect a little bit better. But I mean, overall, I do love that game, so I'm not going to go too heavy on it.
And Magnus or Ian in the chat said he wishes he could get into X4. He's tried many times. So that's the stage I'm at. I have made several attempts, and I think this time it's starting to stick a little bit better. But sometimes I'm like, should a game be this difficult to get into? I don't know.
I mean, it's fairly complicated. We've got it here in the background. Hang on, let me turn this down slightly. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough sell, all right. Like it's a hard game to get into. Oh, my Discord has decided to freak out on me now. Let me
No worries.
get us back.
Yeah, and then someone else said they ended up on Star Citizen instead, which would make you. What's the game X4? Yeah, X4 Foundations is the game we're talking about right now.
Yeah, so it's here in the background here. You can see it. I'll shrink us down a little bit. Should be able to see. So yeah, X4 Foundations by Egosoft. I mean, it's come a long way. It's a 76% mostly positive. It kind of sits in that region. It's almost unfair because it's such an ambitious game. It's a little hard to judge it like any other game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably until you've got a few hundred hours, you can't really properly determine the gravity or how good the game is, right?
Yeah, exactly that. It's such a big game. But yeah, moving on, because a lot of people know about X4 Foundations on the channel. We other thing I've been playing, I actually picked up and went back into a load of Slytherine games because it's their 25th anniversary. So I was playing Starship Troopers Terran Command. And wow, we tried to cover that. We were a much smaller channel and it didn't really pay off for us. But I went back and played it, and that game's a lot of fun. It's not an amazing game, but it's just a fun game if you're into Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I haven't touched it, mostly because you took all the keys. So
Okay, sorry about that.
I never got to. But I actually think I'd probably like it. I love RTS games. It's an RTS game, right?
Yeah, it's an RTS
I
game.
don't know much about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very close to the film. Obviously, the book is very different. The book's not quite like the film. It's got the same flavor as the film. It's got the same humor, and the levels are just fun. It's a lot of RTS, crazy action. There's the odd level, like back in the StarCraft days, where you're kind of like in a cave and it gets a bit tedious, but some of the open levels, bit of time pressure, which I'm not used to. I've enjoyed it, and I'm trying to give it another go.
Yeah, and Iceman just said they're giving away a bunch of free games. Absolutely. So I've got Fantasy General 2. I don't know what else. I think they're giving away Field of Glory. Medieval, sorry.
Yeah, Medieval.
And something else you mentioned.
They're giving away Battlestar Galactica Deadlock as well. But that, there is DLCs for these games, but you're doing pretty well. With just getting the base game as well. So, I mean, there's so much in Field of Glory Medieval. You're just gonna have a great time with it. And there's lots of DLC too. I think I own one of them. I think I own that one, Rise of the Swiss. But this game I play for hours. Like, it's just absolutely such a great game. So you should definitely pick that up if you get a chance.
Yeah. And the other game that's come back on my radar because they released the co-op expansion to the campaign was a game I reviewed. I want to say 23 maybe, Riftbreaker, which is something I would typically play. It's kind of like a strategy, resource gathering. You're in a mech unit. Obviously, it's a damn fun game, and the co-op campaign actually looks pretty fun to build the base up together. I don't know if you played that one though.
I didn't play Riftbreaker because I know you did a video on it, and sometimes we kind of farm out the different projects for the week. Like, Tom, you're going to research this game, Luke research that one. and sometimes I don't touch the games that you play because I'm so
Maybe you
so
could
focused.
pull it up as well. So
Yeah, sorry, let me pull it up there. Every time I try and move the thing, I lose the Discord. So you might see me and Tom sometimes. Other times I'll just get rid of us. You know, it's no big loss.
Yeah, so it's a really cool game, I gotta say, and it's quite immersive because you build your base and it's like a persistent map where there's constant alien attacks and stuff like that, and you have to explore and find resources. It's a fun game. I can definitely recommend it, and it's on sale. I would say it's a definite pickup if you're looking for something a bit different with resource gathering, tower defense, base building, all of these things.
Yeah, definitely. And someone said it's sick in co-op. I imagine it is. We haven't played this one together, but it looks a lot of fun. I think it's on Game Pass, or am I wrong?
I have no idea. I have it on Steam, but I don't know if it's on Game Pass. But yeah, the graphical style, as Luke said here, Luke Watson, and then the co-op, haven't tried it yet, but I think it would be an amazing co-op game for me.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. All right,
yes.
So we're going to go into, we talked the 25th anniversary. Got a bunch of Slytherine keys to give away, so jump into the Discord. We'll give a few of those away later, if that's what you want to do. And yeah, it's just pretty much, we're going to be doing some video work with them later in the year. We're going to be covering some of their fantasy titles. But yeah, they've such a great back catalogue, and obviously...
Can we talk about that? I don't know.
Talk about what?
The upcoming video.
Yeah, well, we can. Yeah, I mean, we are doing something with them. We're going to be doing the fantasy stuff with them. So yeah, I'm excited to. They're going to be doing different videos with different content creators. So I think it's going to be really, really cool.
I'm really excited about one of those games. Storm
Binders.
Binders.
Storm Binders or Storm Breakers?
I keep wanting to say Storm Breakers, but I think it's Storm Binders.
I keep losing us on Discord, so I don't know quite how to get us back. I don't know why it keeps popping off, but give me a second.
This is what we get when we put Luke in charge.
Technical difficulties, yeah. I don't know what's going on with this. It's gone a bit weird on me.
No worries, but yeah, Storm Breakers or Binders. I think it's called Storm Binders. It looks really damn cool. Heroes 3-esque. Storm Binders. Thank you, Ja. Heroes 3-esque, Heroes 3 inspired, I would say, but that genre, turn-based fantasy, is just so one of my favorites of all time. When you got like Age of Wonders, you got the Heroes of Might Magic series, you got a few other titles in contention, but we could use another franchise to come back. And yeah, someone said it's OnlyFans. That's why you hit the cam.
Yeah, I know, OnlyFans live with LT Gaming. I mean, if me and Tom start stripping at our age, you're going to have to be, hopefully not here, not to see that. That would not be good. But yeah, Stormbinders. It's they said it's going to be better than Heroes 3 on the new Heroes game on the Slytherine live.
Yeah,
so...
I mean, the competition on this one, we've played a bit of Olden Era. I don't know what we can say about it because we definitely can't say everything about it. But we have our impressions on that on a video, and I thought it's got some promise. But I definitely think the area is ripe for the taking for a new title to come in.
I agree. Here we go. I got us back. We're back. Discord. This is some sort of funny setup that I had to get us actually on camera tonight. I think next time I'll leave the technical side to you, Tom.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're probably going to be in and out. I mean, I've turned off absolutely everything. I mean, if my Pornhub search comes up, that could be terrible. But hopefully that doesn't happen and we're good. Not that I go on Pornhub. That was a joke. I don't do that, obviously. Married. Well, not married. But
not
I'm
married.
happy.
I'm married.
Yeah, I'm happy enough. Yeah, other things. There's the RuneQuest stuff from Slytherine as well. Looks really cool.
Which one? I haven't looked at that. I got to Stormbinders and that was cool. I like that title. I'll definitely speak about that one.
If you want free keys, come to our Discord. The link is on the channel. Go to the About section. Jump in there. I'll give some keys away on Discord later to people. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll work something out. I've about 10 Slytherine keys to give away, so we should definitely do that. What was the other thing I was going to say? There is something... Oh, the war game that Slytherine announced. What's it called?
I can pull up Discord because someone's just talking about it.
Yeah, pull it up. Battle plan. I think
Battle plan.
that's what I want to call it. That
Yep.
looks right up my street. So I don't know if it's on Steam yet. Battle plan. Here we go. It is on Steam. There we go. So this looks really up my street, I have to say.
Someone said Battle Ham. That seems like
I've got like on full screen there. We went full screen momentarily there. Yeah, Battle Plan is the Slytherine game that I'm most excited about. It looks really, really cool. They don't have any videos yet.
Okay, so statics. Historical World War II real-time strategy. Okay.
But it's
Real-time.
looking like a game where you set your moves, you set your plan, and then you execute, and your borders change. It just looks like a really innovative war game, and we need some innovation in wargaming, you know? I know a lot of wargamers can be a bit stuck in their ways, but we definitely need some new innovative war games, and this looks really, really cool.
Someone's saying bring back Hogs of War. I actually have no idea what that is, or if that's a joke. Hogs of War, I've never even heard of that game.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know.
yeah, battle plan looks good. I'll wait for the access and then make a determination. I can bounce off some of the war games. I can bounce off some of them.
You like the real time ones like Warno, but the hardcore stuff not so much for you.
It's fine. Like I could definitely play a game session on them, but it's not really my thing. I'd say like real time, I find is much more stimulating and challenging. It has to be like a real degree of challenge for me.
Yeah. No, any war game that gets announced, I absolutely love it. You know me, I go on these kind of obsessive game playing sessions. So I'll suddenly pick up a war game like Warno, and then all of a sudden I'm playing Combat Shock Force 2. I'm playing all these different close combat games again. I've had a great week this week because I took this week off, even though you're working. Sorry about that, Tom. And I've just played so much of my back catalogue, and it's been really refreshing.
Made no videos almost.
Made one video, but hey, look. Some people are huge fans of hexes, you know? You've got to have hexes. So you're all fighting out in the comments for the #1 spot here. Luke Watson, you're winning currently, but this is a new thing that YouTube brought in, so pretty interesting. All right, cool. We've done the Slytherine. Slytherine are awesome. We've got more stuff coming with them later in the year. We don't normally do sponsored content, but we're doing one with them at this moment, so it's going to be fun looking at Stormbinders and a few other titles. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to say, so I'll shut up.
Yeah.
But we'll give more stuff away for Slytherine, so definitely join the channel, join the Discord. We're always giving stuff away, so especially to people who comment a lot. We love you guys. All right, cool. Do you want to kick off with your first hidden gem? I'll pull it up here on Steam for everybody.
Yeah, my hidden gem that I'm. I don't know how hidden this is, but I was going to go with Shadow Empire, which is extremely complex and deep 4X turn-based game. That probably deserves a bit more love.
I think that's fair. Yeah, it's.
I think a lot of people can bounce off it because of the complexity of the game, and it takes a lot. When you talk about games that take effort to get into, this is definitely one of them.
It reminds me now. I played a good bit of it, but did I ever really understand it? Probably not all of it. And I think people in our Discord have said the same thing. It's a very deep game. You know that it's an amazing game, but sometimes you struggle to get to it because it's so complicated. It's a good title. I really do enjoy it, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert. I don't know how much you've played.
No, I wouldn't consider myself an expert at all. It's one of those games that I really want to sink my teeth into and become an expert at, but I can never quite find the time commitment to do so.
Yeah, I know
so
what you mean.
It's almost a aspiration to get good at that game and become proficient at it for me. But I think it's very unknown. I don't think it gets enough good press. I think people get drawn to like Dominion's series more and stuff like that, whereas I feel like this goes under the radar a bit.
It's also got the expansion as well, which allows oceans and different environments. I don't own the expansion, but I was considering getting hold of it, so that might pull me back in But it's a game like X4 is going to take you a whole lot of time to get into. The UI, as someone said, is clunky. It's a tough game, but it's a very rewarding game. And if you finally master the mechanics of a game like this, you're going to have an absolutely amazing time.
Yes, exactly. It's
You know what I mean?
getting to that point, I think.
All right, I'm going to go for something a little bit different from me. Now, I have an ambition this year, and I don't want to say it in case some other there's enough copycat LT gaming YouTube channels out there, so I'll be careful what I say, but I am looking at doing a top choose your own adventure list. I love choose your own adventure books like The Legend of Zagor, The Warlock of Firetop Mountain. And this game, if I can spell it correctly, I have to try and spell it correctly. Hang on, I think it's this. Here we go. Aeronorth Renaissance. This game is an absolute hidden gem. It's one developer who's done a couple of games before. Some were card games. This is like a story-driven RPG where you choose your own adventure. And as you go through, you develop your characters. You move on a little hex map, so it has that wargaming element. And it's just an absolutely brilliant game. I play it on my Legion Go behind me there. And I know, Tom, you're more the RPG guy than me, but this really is awesome with the whole choose your own adventure element, and just a cool game. Just a cool game.
You've told me about this one, but
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten about it, and now I'm annoyed because I probably missed it in the Steam sale.
Yes, probably. It's not very expensive. I think it's 16 euros. I think that's well worth it for, a single developer who's kind of not single. He might have a wife. I don't mean it like that. I mean, he's a solo developer who is running his own kind of company from what I can see, and he's pulled together this really cool looking game. It has tactical battles in it as well, so when you are on your main hex map, you can interact with the hex that you're on. There can be different characters in that hex. You interact with them, you have conversations, and then that can lead to battles, and you go through those tactical battles, and it's just such an awesome title.
See here, it's early access.
Correct.
So this immediately, the first thing I do is I go in and say, how often do they update it? Are they working on it? Does it get updates?
He has a roadmap, and he has literally delivered every single update, and he ticks them off as he goes. I'm currently in... There's a troll on our channel who makes fun of the way I say things, and today I said the word beta or beta, I don't know. And he said it in a comment, what's beta? And I said, it's you. You're the definition of that. So yeah, I try not to go back to comments so much anymore on YouTube because you know me, I'll pick a fight with anybody, and I will. And if any of these people ever come up to me at a conference, I'm down. I'm down to throw hands. Let's go. All right, sorry, but I've gone off track. Aeronorth Renaissance, I should say it properly. This is a really good type game, and I really like what the developer is doing. It deserves... It has a demo. It has a demo. Here we go. It has a demo, everybody. There's no excuse not to play this one. It's absolutely brilliant. So, fair play to him.
It looks great. I'm gonna definitely pick up the demo, see if I like it, and then definitely get that one.
Yeah. People in the chat saying, I'm just gonna add. I don't think we'll need it, but I'm gonna add just because we love you. I'm just adding JAJ28 as a moderator in the chat, so you now have that privilege. If anyone kicks off or any of my haters turn up and they want to throw hands, you are now a moderator in the chat, so we appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, this is the true definition of a hidden gem. I'm really excited, you probably hear it in my voice, to bring this to the world, for those who haven't seen it before. I'm going to cover it in a list. I might cover it on the channel as a video. It depends. We have a lot of big hits coming out at the moment, so there's big projects for us to target, but we want to keep close to our niche PC gaming roots as well. So absolutely brilliant game.
Fantastic. You've got a taker in the Luke Watson says he's going to throw hands for you.
Look, I might be turning 40 tomorrow, but I'm still big. I'm still strong. I can still do it.
He's got nothing. I think you can take him.
When I go to MMA and all the 17-year-old kids beat the shit out of me these days, it's never good.
Okay, you've inspired me. I'm just going to call it ad hoc one from me. So, Fabled Lands.
Oh, Fabled Lands.
In this, because people in the chat were talking about enjoying those books as kids and stuff like that. I mean, you were obsessed with the adventure books.
You more than me on Fabled Lands, but I played this game to death recently on my handheld. I absolutely love this game. It brings back, it's such a nostalgia rush, and that's why I love Choose Your Own Adventure books so much, you know?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. It's very well done from the books, I think. Um, and I just think if you like text heavy, it is text heavier, but it's still colorful animation, brightly drawn maps, very engaging. I think this is a definite pickup.
Yeah, Fabled Lands is great. Really good artwork as well, I have to say. Really good artwork, and it's been very well received. There's expansions for it as well. Tactical battles again. Everything that LT gamers love, you know, it's there.
Yeah, and this is one of the. I think we covered this way back in the day on the channel. You did a review, I think, or something.
I think I did. We had a series for a while called Quick Review, right? So we did a review of this. Now we've kind of moved away. Not saying that we're never going to do reviews again, because I think every one of our lists is like a review. But we've moved to more preview style content.
Yeah, but we still do feature review content, but it's a lot more intensive.
It is.
Someone just made a great shout in the chat. Graham Smith said Attack at Dawn North Africa, which is also one of the old reviews you did.
Great game. Really like it. It's like playing on an old map of North Africa during World War II. Great campaign. Good time setting. We go. Or you can play it real time as well. It's got two modes. Yeah. Real time as well. And they have a sequel coming. It's now, I heard that a long time ago, and it's on a website somewhere. I don't know if it's still happening, but I did hear they were making a sequel. I'll have to check into that.
Very cool. And I'll kind of go retro. And I'm going to go with Tsar, the Burden of the Crown.
How the hell do you spell that? Let me try the Burden of the Crown.
Tzar.
I've got it. Tsar, the Burden of the Crown. Okay, you didn't mention this in our pre-chat. We had a quick chat about what we were going to do tonight. You didn't mention this game, so you've thrown me a curveball here.
I'm throwing you curveballs. You never brought up Aeronorth either, so I've decided to throw you a few curveballs. So this is a retro RTS classic. I've got a feeling it's from a studio in Eastern Europe originally. I remember when I featured it in on a list of retro RTS titles. A lot of people, I want to say Bulgaria, but don't quote me on that. It was like a studio from.
Sounds like you're talking out your ass, to be honest. I don't think you're just making it up.
Anyway, people really liked it. It was a cult classic of certain places, and it's a really fun RTS title if you're looking for a retro play. And I'm on a retro RTS buzz right now. I'm playing Warcraft 2, and all these sort of things, and that's a memorable game to me.
That looks pretty cool. When did you play this back in the day, or is this a recent pickup?
I played it back in the day. I got a feeling it was a shareware version of the game that I played back when shareware was a thing, that you actually played loads of games that way and maybe never even played the full versions. And GOG, you can pick up on GOG as well.
All right, you've gone deep. GOG is good. We need to do some more GOG content. Actually, we're always focused on Steam, and people like you should do GOG, and we should.
It's a much better platform. You actually own the games as opposed to some of the others.
I'm not going to go there. You know I'm a big corporate shill, but hey, no. Anyway, Kiloton. Kiloton is my latest pickup. It's a really cool minimalist war game which plays out where you have to have nuclear weapons, aircraft, armies, and you build up your forces, and if the enemies see you building up, you're playing like game theory. So it's when you strike, or do you strike, and then you have to have allies, and it's played out in a really cool retro style screen. Just really a lot of fun. Now, not that deep. There's about, I think, 20 scenarios with it, but it's a cool little game. It's really cheap, like $4.99, and just a hidden gem for me.
Cool. Someone's asking about where to go in the Discord. I think you have the link somewhere.
Yeah, it's you probably have to pull it off YouTube. Fire it in the chat.
I can just pull it up.
Yeah,
now.
pull it off YouTube. I have a very set amount of screens here. If I deviate from my plan, the whole stream will fall apart.
You just stick to your capacity there, and I'll drop it
And
in.
it's about 1,000 degrees here. I'm
Which is
so hot.
unusual for Ireland.
I have a
Bloody hell.
fan like literally aiming at my face, so it's like it's insanely hot.
I just dropped. I'm on this track, so I just dropped the Discord link there in the chat.
All right, let's hunt a couple more. What else have you got? Anything in mind? Kiloton's
Well,
cool.
top of mind, no. I'm trying to think now.
I've got one.
But
I've got one. Dread Delusion. Once again, this is me challenging myself because I normally play war games and space games, but this is like the indie. What do you call the games back in the day? Oblivion, like not Morrowind. Morrowind. This is like the indie Morrowind, and someone's making fun of my Alienware again. Look, I can't build a computer. I just don't have the time. So good old trusty Alienware. He's good. I built a computer once, actually, Tom. There's a question later on about who'd win in a fight, me or you. Let's not find out.
Oh, we can have that out.
All right, cool.
It's got to be a verbal repartee.
Cool. All right. Dread Delusion is a really cool, like Morrowind style RPG. Once again, not going to break the bank with this one. €16.79. Everything for us is in euro because we both live in Europe. A lot of UK people get very angry at us. They're like, "Why are you using that bloody euro and all this?" And we're like, "Look, we don't live in the UK, so what can we do?"
Yeah, shackled by our circumstance there. I haven't played this one. You're very high on it. It's on my wish list. So for me, it looks. It kind of reminds me of like the Might and Magic style games.
No, it's more like a Morrowind in that sense. Like it's not the Might and Magic ones was where you like moved one place at a time. You know, dungeon crawler. Typical.
Do you remember Betrayal at Krondor?
Yeah. I remember that.
Like we're going deep now, but that's what first came to mind. I was like, oh, Betrayal at Krondor. That was a pretty fun game, actually.
Yeah. Betrayal at Krondor. I think we had maybe shareware or a demo of it or something, and we just played it. I don't think we ever really knew what we were doing.
I died all the time in that. It's so hard, though. It is a I researched it later, and it is a rock hard game.
Yeah.
Notoriously so.
Look, this has got a janky graphic style. It's really addictive. There's player housing in it. There's all sorts of cool mechanics. It's got really great music. It's a bit Lovecraftian mixed with Morrowind, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just a really good game. Once again, runs brilliantly on the handheld if you're into that. And yeah, a great title. They did a great job. They delivered it all the way through early access. It's finally completed, and I think it's just a hidden gem. It's a great game.
Fantastic.
Do you want to go or will I go again? Do you want to go?
You go again. You've got these locked and loaded.
I prepared. I flipping prepared, Tom. You know, it's called preparation. All right, cool. Let's
take us away.
I can't read my own writing now. All right, let's go. Now I featured it. What the fuck does this say? Shouldn't swear on stream. That's terrible of me. Dystopica. I think I featured it recently on the channel. Now, not a huge hit for us, but we're trying to branch out a little bit more this year, do some stuff that we're not well known for. This, to me, now some people say this isn't a game because there's no gamification in it. But if you're into synthwave music, cyberpunk, Blade Runner, any of these things, this is a beautiful game. I have about 30 hours in it now. I sit here at night, sometimes working on channel stuff. I sit in my city on the screen. I listen to the music soundtracks in the game, which are amazing. Just a really awesome immersive game. €6.89. I mean, come on, guys. It's a no-brainer for me, this one. And he supported it really well with loads of updates.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm gonna jump in with I remember one of the games I wanted to talk about, which is Crying Suns. I never put this on my roguelite list.
I don't know this game. I think I own this on Nintendo and I never played it.
It is a pretty damn fun game, and it's almost like a continuation of FTL style roguelite.
Oh, cool.
If
okay.
That is your sort of thing, you will connect and really enjoy this game.
€20, so it's sort of in the mid-range.
Yeah, for a roguelike, that's going towards the pricier range a little bit because roguelikes are often a bit more reasonably priced. So if you if you don't want to take as much of a risk, wait for a sale. But it's a damn fun game.
That's really cool actually, and the fact, well, I just suddenly got teleported to Steam reviews. That's weird. It's inspired by Dune and Foundation. I mean, I'm reading both. I have both those books downstairs. I'm going back through them again, so that really appeals to me.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, while you think of another one, I'm just going to circle back to Magnus or Ian in the comments. We know him as Magnus from our Discord. It said Panzer Corps 2 is now up with the sale from Slytherine. This is a game that passed me by. I'm a wargamer and somehow I didn't play this. I discovered I owned it. Pretty sure Slytherine gave it to me. I am playing my way through it now, so I started this evening. It's pretty cool. I know you've played more than me, Tom.
Yeah, only because you forced me.
Okay, please put that in context.
Yeah, so Slytherine asked if we wanted to take part in a creator tournament. I'm like, Luke, you're the wargame guy. You go for it.
One of the creators we call out as a troll.
Yes.
I won't say who it is because I don't want to go down that road, but there's someone I caught trolling us a long time ago, and when Slytherine, I was like, we're not working with this guy. He's a fucking troll. But anyway, it panned out, and I threw you into the tournament.
Yeah, so you suddenly signed me up one day to the next. I'm in a Panzer Corps 2 tournament, and I didn't even have a key. And they were like rushing me over a key so I could play. And I think I played a guy called Hexaboo.
Yeah, he's the guy streaming tonight. He's streaming for Slytherine tonight.
He's the guy I matched against.
And you beat him.
I beat him. Don't know how that worked out, but I was just like learning the game in the multiplayer match and making horrific mistakes. But the tournament kind of fell apart, and everyone stopped playing. And
yeah, it's like they tried to drive it. I seen them tonight. They tried to drive the Panzer Corps 2. There wasn't much of an attendance to the thing. I think it's a really good game, and I think it's a very popular war game. But I just think they're trying to drive up continued interest in a game it's 5 years old now. It's getting on a bit.
It's fun. I enjoyed the game. Good tactical. I don't want to say like puzzle-like element, but in some degree a little bit like that.
The only thing that put me off when I originally Unity of Command, I can't play that either. It's too puzzle-like, and my worry when I play this is that it won't immerse me because it's too puzzle-like. But I'm going to give it a go because I was very impressed when I fired it up tonight.
There's a lot of depth and detail though, as well. I give it that, and a lot of what we like in Warno, reading about the unit stats.
I love that shit.
And what's going to be better at the flanking maneuvers and all this, and it was good.
And also, I looked at there's a massive, all the DLC are on sale. I think I'll pick up one where the British are in. I'll probably just buy it. I don't want to go to Slytherine and say, give me some keys, because I'm always at that. So I'll probably buy some of these. They look really good. There's actually this one as well, 1946, which intrigues me because it's outside of the war, like a what-if scenario. So yeah, Panzer Corps 2 sale. If you're interested in Panzer Corps 2, definitely check it out. This geezer's down in the bottom broadcasting. So yeah, really good. I'm excited about this. I know there's a few fans of it in our Discord as well.
Okay, what else would you recommend from this big sale? Pick up if we have a quick look through it.
Look through Slytherine while we're here. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got all these free games. You can't go wrong with the DLC. Fantasy General's showing its age a little bit. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is a top tier level game. There's no way that you shouldn't not own that. The DLC is all pretty cool. What else do they have? Battle Sector. I mean, I think there's a question for us later about what Warhammer games we love. That's great. Starship Troopers, like I said at the start of the stream, is a lot of fun.
Right. Broken Arrow. I see it right there.
Dude, I was hoping we could just carry on. I don't want to get drawn into this Broken Arrow thing. I mean, I have some issues with Broken Arrow. I'm probably not going to go into them, but I'm a Warno. Warno won me over.
Yeah, fair enough. Broken Arrow, Warno, Regiments.
Regiments and Warno above Broken Arrow, and I don't want to be mean to Slytherine because we have a wonderful relationship with them, but it's just not. It just didn't click with me. Too much focus on the US and Russia. I mean, great US and USSR or whatever they are in the game, but I mean, it's just Warno's awesome because I can play as the Belgians, the British, the Dutch. It's got so many different people to play as. Even if I want to play on the red side, the pack side, which I don't, there's the Polish and the East Germany and all those people as well. So yeah, I mean, Broken Arrow is broken.
Luke Watson in the chat said it's annoying beyond belief, and every round he's played has multiple levers, and I've read this extensively. There's a real problem in the multiplayer scene that people just leave all the time.
Yeah,
it's hard to get a game type deal.
Yeah, there was some stuff in the build up to the release of Broken Arrow as well, to do with the current conflict in Ukraine, that I didn't like. So it put me off from that side of things. But I mean, overall, we try and stay out of that on the channel. We try and judge games for just what they are. I fired it up the other day, and I just want to play Warno. I just want to build my British battle regiment. There's not enough in it for me at the moment. Broken Arrow. I think I'll go back to it and give it another go because I think it deserves that. And Slytherine are trying to, I think they're going to support it and do well with it. But for the time being, it's a bit broken. I think it's slipped a bit as well. It's gone to mixed.
I think you could also Distant Worlds 2 down the bottom right there. That's a great little shout.
Warno shills, yeah. I hated Warno when I first bought it. I refunded Warno, and that was before the channel. That was before we had the channel. I bought Warno, I played one match and went, I hate this game, and I refunded it. So fair play to you, credit where it's deserved. And we're willing to go against the grain. I mean, it's fallen to mixed on Steam as well, Warno. I don't know why. It's really good, but there you go.
I think we should all ditch all these games and just go back to World in Conflict.
Yeah, totally. Well, that is an epic game, man. When you drop the nuke, you gotta love that.
I mean, that is just the pinnacle of those sort of games. That was a fun.
Terminator Dark Fate Defiance is actually got some amazing effects in it. Like, I'm going to give that one another go again next week. I tried to cover it on the channel back when we were a bit smaller. Didn't really take off. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad to go back to these games now we've got bigger.
And Jad28 said Distant Worlds 2 is legit. Distant Worlds 2, that's definitely a title I really want to get into more.
Yeah.
It seems like one of those ones that is a bit of a time commitment as well, though.
Yeah, it's deep, but you can automate almost all of it if you want to. So you can automate all different aspects, and that really appeals to me. I love thinking like I'm the emperor. This sounds so arrogant, but I love thinking I'm like the emperor, and different parts of the universe are doing different things for me. And you haven't got direct control of everything. I like when systems run on their own. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just call out Headquarters World War II. That's actually a really decent game. I enjoy that. So
I don't know this game. Like, I know you know it, but it's one of those games I've just never engaged with at all.
Yeah,
because you mostly take the dialogues with Slytherine. I'm just like,
I do.
Whatever.
And that's why we have such a wonderful relationship with them. All down to me.
I'm not a bridge builder.
Yeah, just like my brilliant relationship with Stardog.
Let's not bring up the start.
Who mentioned the word Stardog? I will give you the full story on stream right now.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm vetoing it.
Tom's panicking right now. He's absolutely panicking that I'm going to say something I shouldn't say.
No. From the pending legal battle.
Yeah, look, basically, the door's open, Stardog. The door's open one day. When we get to 100k, I'm going to do the whole reveal on what happened. All right, cool.
I think you've told anyone who will listen.
All right, cool. Did you find any other hidden gems, or do you want to go to some questions?
Questions. I've seen the questions. I'm looking forward to them.
All right, let me see. Now you're going to wait till you see this creative genius that I've actually done here. Look at this.
Just as a caveat, everyone. Luke did the technical setup for this stream, hence we've been intermittently disappearing. Most likely, but
yeah, I think we're good now. But anyway. All right, cool. Let's go. We've got a lot of questions to get through. We can take more questions in the chat. If you throw them in the chat, we're happy to do that also. But yeah, let's kick off with the first question.
Do you have who asked the question?
Dude,
I can pull it up.
You can pull it up.
I can say it.
You can say it, yeah. But maybe they don't want to be said either. Their Discord username. You might, I don't know. Who knows? Let's just.
All right, whatever. Go on.
All right, cool. Question for you both. Game which you like despite generally being considered bad.
Apparently, Warno have just dropped a mixed.
It has dropped to mixed. I think recent reviews mixed. Overall, I think it's like mostly positive.
Okay, a game that I like that's generally considered bad. I was obsessed growing up with Army Men.
Okay.
Remember that game?
Yes.
Where you're the plastic troops going through it's like an RTS. And it was tedious. And the replay loop was infuriating. You would die super easy, and you were the green army men fighting against the tan ones. Probably on Steam. But it's I don't know if that's considered a good game or not, but at the time I was like, this game kind of sucks, but I can't stop playing it.
That's a shit answer to the question. I've got a good one for you.
Okay.
Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Well, on your own.
Watch our sub count plummet after I said that.
Yeah.
No, I love the Aliens franchise. Anything Aliens, I will play. And I will be honest, I made more Steam friends in that game than any other game I've ever played. It was crazy. There were so many people playing that game together at the time. And look, 20 viewers just left.
Yeah, all of them. It's just me and you left.
Just me and you left, yeah. I absolutely love that game. It was a huge amount of fun. So, look,
Okay.
I know they didn't deliver what they said they would deliver, but I was at an age back then where I didn't really care, and I wasn't involved in any sort of gaming journalism like we are now, and I just was like, I don't give a crap. I want to play this game.
I can give one which I know is mixed. It's an extremely popular game, but I know it's actually mixed on Steam, and that is Apex Legends. Me and you just went for a phase of playing that game obsessively. We burned out of that phase within, I'd say, like a month, but we played it so much for a period, and it was when it just came out. But now it's considered, the reviews are pretty shit, I think.
Yeah, I know, Apex, me and you were like, I'm willing to say it now, but you were better than me, and it was really annoying. Anyway.
Yeah, you would. Once we started getting in a firefight, you just panic and just go hide, and I'd often be on the ground
That's
dead.
my mentality.
Like,
That's my mentality. I like to.
I'm hiding in the cover.
Not go hide, but like whatever. We're moving on. All right, cool. Okay, so what are your favorite retro games that you still actually play?
So I played yesterday. Heroes 3, Horn of the Abyss mod. That's my number one game that I've replayed. I've also been playing Warcraft 2, as I said, recently. Going through the Orc campaign. Enjoying that a lot. Just for nostalgia purposes. I forget how janky a RTS it actually is. Like, you can't queue units, for God's sakes. Like, you don't even think about how that's a monumental step in RTS, but I'm there, like, manually having let's build a grunt, let's build a troll. I'm like, God damn, I just want to stack the units, like, quickly. And, a lot of the Total Annihilation or Supreme Commander and the updated clones of those as well.
I feel like this is a hard one for me because I love a number of retro games, but I never have time to play them anymore because although we did start, like Star Trek Bridge Commander, I think would be one for me. I still fire that one up.
Dad just said Tribes.
Yeah, but remember in that video of Tribes, I kill you and I have like a meltdown. I think that's what he's referring to. I'm like, yes, I killed Tom in Tribes. I kill you like once.
Triggered me. Like,
yeah.
If anyone ever wants to play Tribes,
we are down. We will play.
We are down. Sorry.
So yeah, difficult for me. What did I mention a game there? He took me off my train of thought.
Bridge Commander.
But we built a lot of the channel on retro stuff, but we did move away from it a little bit, and I think we're going to go back. We're going to do some more retro stuff on the channel. Bridge Commander.
we keep one foot in it. Like in the recent sales lists on that we did for the Steam Summer Sale,
We do,
I put
yeah.
in a lot of retro titles into that. The underrated list, I had Heroes 5 in there. Um, quite a few retro older titles as well. I love retro gaming. Sometimes I think they got it right the first time round, particularly with turn-based 4X games, because how much leaps can you make realistically in those genres? I don't know. And some of the mechanics, some of the vibe, the feel, like Colonization, I still play the original from 1995.
The answer you were looking for is Alpha Centauri.
Ah,
We're going to
yes.
get to that. There's a question on that. We're going to get to that. And unfortunately, I think me and Tom missed that game first time around. So it doesn't feature much in our nostalgia.
We did, because I'm sure some people resonate with this, but back in the day, you didn't have the biggest budget for gaming. You would go to the store and buy a game, and often it was like, we bought Civ 2, and like to then go and get Alpha Centauri as well was like a big, oh, we can't afford that, blah, blah. So it was only years after the fact we played it.
Yeah, it was. I actually own it on GOG now, and I want to go and play it properly. But for me, like, we'd get a game for Christmas. Mine would be like Civ 2 or Colonization. I think I got one year. You got something else. And then we'd almost like swap games. I think I got Tribes. And I ended up sort of giving it to you because you were better than it than me.
You got Tribes, and I got Age of Empires 2. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's a good Christmas. Good Christmas.
Yeah, look, there's loads. I just bought Star Wars Rebellion as well. It's a 4X. I'm playing that. There are lots of retro games I want to play. Deus Ex as well. I have that and the new mod that goes with it. So my ambition to play retro games is like super high, but what I actually get to play, I never get around to them. So it's just it's annoying in that sense.
I'm better focusing. Like right now, I am obsessively playing Warcraft 2 to get through the Orc campaign, and I know I'm gonna go through it because I'm loving how each map is like memories of how I used to play it and now how I would play it now. But it sometimes the commitment of time to play these, with all the games we're trying to feature and do stuff like that, is tough.
So Warcraft 2 and 1 and 2 are both installed for me on Game Pass as well. I've done a couple of levels on 2, so we'll see how it goes.
I mean, I never played Warcraft 1. So it was before.
Noob.
It was before our time.
Right,
Warcraft 2 is 1996, I think, off the top of my head. So that was my, growing up era. Warcraft 1, I think, was like 91, 92.
We have a question from the Tawniest. I'm sure I bumped into you in someone else's live as well. Is that you? I'm not. Maybe I have a bad memory, but I'm sure I was on a live. It's really funny when I go onto other YouTubers' lives as LT Gaming and I forget I'm there as LT Gaming. And I'm like, oh, hey, it's me. And they're like, who the fuck are you?
Surprised, everyone.
So we have a live question. Let's take a live question because these are all from our Discord. How big is each of your back catalogs? Planet Peterson, that's where I saw you. I did see you there. See, I have a good memory. I'm not. I might be turning 40, but my memory is good.
So how many games in our Steam library, basically?
Look, I've thousands. My GOG, I've hundreds. Epic Games, I just take every free game they give me. So I've probably 50 or 60 there. I mean, so many.
I have 366 in Steam, which is low, I think.
But you play. This goes back to how we play games, right? You play games like super detailed. I will play 6 games in a day.
Yeah. I have a lot on GOG. I think in the hundreds in GOG, but a lot of that is just like I picked up mass amount of titles during the Steam sale, and it would just be the summer sale, and they're so cheap. Some of the retro ones, and sometimes I buy them, I never load them up even. So I'm real bad for that on GOG, and then Epic and Game Pass, I've got quite a few installed as well, but probably about 20 a piece.
I have maybe 400 or 500 games in my Steam library that I've never played.
Oh, we never covered what's the Ubisoft platform? How many do you have on there?
Oh, geez, I don't think I have any now. I bought some back in the day, but got really annoyed with Ubisoft. I remember I told you this story the other day. Ubisoft like took my account and said, "Oh, sorry, you've lost that forever." And I'm like, I have like 6 or 7 games there, and they're like, oh no, sorry. Anyway, look, whatever. I was trying to stick up for Ubisoft once upon a time, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah. So, is there someone asked a question? Hey guys, just got this. It's free. Field of Glory 2 Medieval. Is it good without DLC?
Yeah, it's really good. You can do loads of. There's a lot in that game. You could put 100 hours into that game without any DLC, no problem.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit like Crusader Kings 2 is free, right, as a title.
Yeah.
And I think that's the pinnacle of the Crusader Kings titles, or games. But with Paradox, you probably want a few DLC to make it feature complete a little bit.
Well, we get to a question on that, I think. So I think of back catalogue as games you buy but never end up with the time to ever play them. Yeah, I'm a game collector. Like I think I sometimes post our War Games videos on a Facebook, and there's some really nice War Gamers, but there's some real trolls on there as well. And someone wrote, "You've never played any of these I and I checked, and I think it was the top 40. I own every single one of those top games in that top 40. There was one that I left out, The Troop. I don't own The Troop. Now, I have recommended that game a few times because of the research I've done on it, but I've never played it. And I'm willing to say when I haven't played a game. The demo, I played the demo on that.
Next question. Fire away.
No worries, Owen. It's a good game. You'll enjoy it without the DLC. Like it's Field of Glory 2 is Medieval is great. What thing do you look for most in a 4X game?
Depth. I like there has to be some mechanics beyond the immediate surface, of course. And I also like vibe. So by that I mean Gladius. Why do I love playing Gladius? Because it's Warhammer 40k, and I feel like I'm in an endless war. It captures the vibe and the feel of that perfectly, I think. And if I'm playing another one, like a fantasy title, I feel like Heroes, for example, is it 4X, blah, 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 but I think it is. That has a great lore, and the units are beautifully drawn and stuff like that. So vibe and some depth.
Good, yeah. I think for me, immersion. I do like Fantasy 4X as well, but I think the historical, coming from the Civ 2 background, that kind of empire building element. I want to feel like I'm building my empire. That's what I want to feel like. I don't want to be doing too much beyond that. But yeah, I think you gave a good answer on that. So I'll mark that one as done if it lets me. This is such an advanced system I did here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Be proud of me.
Work in tech, obviously.
Yeah. What are the best things about living where you do, and are either of you ever tempted to move back to England? This is a non-gaming one, so see how this goes down.
So I live in Denmark. My path here has been
What's your address? Whereabouts?
Yeah, I live in Copenhagen. But my path here has been long and winding, so I won't go into all that, how I actually ended up here. But I think there is a fantastic balance to how people live their lives here. So you, of course, do your job and you work. Everyone does work, but it's very much balanced with your personal well-being. You have time if you have to go pick up your kids and stuff like that. So whereas when I've worked in Ireland,
starting to fall asleep now, Tom.
It was clock in, clock out. I remember that. It was like 9 to 5, and you are there 9 to 5. So I think like the balance.
Like me, I live in Ireland. I know. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
about
but you're a special case.
In case anyone from my work's watching, I don't work 9 to 5. I do. I work 8 till 10 at night. What are the best things about living where you do? So I live in Ireland. My kids are very settled here. I have 3 kids, so super settled here. Would I ever be tempted to move back to England? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no if it was the right place. I would have, some interest maybe in the future. I wouldn't rule it out. I love England. I'm very quite patriotically English, apart from when I'm around English people, then they get on my nerves. But you know me, I'm a cantankerous. I argue with everybody. But yeah.
My whole network here is English.
Yeah, same. I have a lot of English friends here too. A lot of you guys in the gaming world are English. So I mean, yeah, I would go back to England.
Yeah.
But I love Ireland. I love Ireland. Okay, cool. What hidden gems you can actually, I don't know how this, maybe I got this wrong, but what hidden gems you can actually appreciate? We've done that tonight, right? We've done a bunch of hidden gems, so we'll move on from that one. I think that
Yeah.
came in on YouTube. We've done a whole load of hidden gems, so yeah, check the rest of the stream. What is your top 10 movies and TV shows if you have any?
It tends a lot, so maybe we can whittle it to a few. Um, TV shows? No, you go first.
Someone just said in the chat, I have to address this because we get this sometimes. Dude, I love you. That's always good. But it's followed with a but. Please use your own footage in your vids. Those trailers that you use don't tell a thing about gameplay. What I would challenge you to do, to throw back at you, is I would say go make a top 20 video and use all your own footage. And then when you come back to me after 2 weeks and say, it's taken me forever, you know, that's just the process. We do use our own footage in the videos as well, but often if we're making top 20s, top 25s, it's going to take you probably 4 or 5 hours 40. To do that. Top 40s, it's going to take you like all day to do that, and that's using trailers. So it's, you know, it is what it is. Thanks very much for thanks for the comment after that. It is what it is. We do use our own footage where we have it, but you know, the lists are very popular. They're not exactly, people don't hate them, so we'll probably carry on just for efficiency.
For the YouTube algorithm in general, like
they're huge. They're our biggest content.
It's for the generalist. Hey, I'm looking for the Steam Summer Sale.
Yeah.
Where can I find some games I really want to play? And I go through a curated list. Then we do other content like the Falling Frontier and the X4, where it's our footage. We're capturing, you know, we're acquiring that, and then that's much more in depth. So, you know, it is what it is in that sense.
Yeah, and no worries. We appreciate the difficult questions as well. As long as it's not politics, we won't go there. We'll leave that. Okay, top 10 movies and TV shows. I talked about it in Dystopica, Blade Runner. Our parents let us watch that when we were like, I don't know, 11.
Great film, love it.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I can just go off some recent ones I watched. So, Scent of a Woman, I watched recently, love it. Field of Dreams, absolutely love that game. Moneyball.
Field of Dreams is a film. You said game. I tried to watch that with my wife, we'll call her my wife, and she laughed at it. And when I was like getting all sort of like emotional at the end, like, Dad, I love you, and she just started laughing, and I was like, you've just ruined the whole film for me.
Yeah. And TV series that come to mind that I watched recently, season 1 of Altered Carbon. If no one's watched that, that is a phenomenal sci-fi. It's very Blade Runner-esque.
I want to watch that. Our dad. I was going to say my dad. Then, like we have different dads. My dad. Your dad as well. Our dad. That's the term I'm looking for. He introduced me to that, and I never watched it. So I want to go back and watch it because you know I'm a big cyberpunk. I'm a huge retro synthwave guy. I want to go back and watch that stuff.
Yeah. But season 1 is an amazing experience. Don't worry about it after that. It's a one season, really great experience.
I love Moneyball. I've watched Moneyball like maybe 10 times. Someone said baseball, hell yes, and Luke's a Detroit Tiger fan. I am because of you. You introduced me to them. But yeah, Moneyball is absolutely incredible. Like it's a film about numbers, and it kind of gets me. I don't know, because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, great film. And TV series, one of my favorites of all time would be Rome.
That is a good TV series.
Love that. One of the old HBO TV series that was like the first gritty, raw type of TV show, which is now everywhere.
Yeah.
But that was
if you want to know what I'm like in real life, Mark Antony from Rome, that's me.
Yeah.
I do not get killed in the end.
You're more of a Brutus to me.
Oh, shut up, you. Yeah, brilliant series. Other films, I like The Big Short as well. Once sort of a cerebral type film, you know. I got obsessed with that film. I like Margot Robbie in the bath in that film. Just a great scene. Not going to complain about that. Modern films, I don't know. I'm not really that into it.
Nothing that comes to mind. But
no.
It's such a broad topic, but good question.
I'm going to say, me and my wife really like The Lord of the Rings. but the Amazon TV series. But I kind of have to
No,
say that.
obviously you mean the films, because otherwise we are done.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. Yeah, we enjoy it together.
Deleted the channel, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, people thought you meant the films.
Yeah, okay, the films. Yeah, it's the films I meant. No, we like the TV series. What else did we watch recently? Cobra Kai. You like Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, but it's so bad that it comes back to good. It's like the horseshoe, right? It's so bad that it comes back to being good again.
Dune and Wild Robot. Yeah, Dune's cool. It's that's a film you want to see on a huge screen. Like it's just and let it hit you. It's an epic film. I like some of the classics as well. I like Lawrence of Arabia, some of those older films. I love Cartoon with Charlton Heston. Man, I love Charlton Heston. What an actor. Maybe not some of his political stuff before everyone goes mad at me, but his acting.
Is he the one who did? Did he do the Death Wish series of films?
No, that was the guy with the mustache. What's his name? I'm thinking of his name. Death Wish.
Me and you watched Death Wish 3.
Oh my god!
And cried with laughter from start to finish.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Again, horseshoe. So bad that it came back to being good again.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably go on about films and TV series like for hours. Me and Tom. Rings of Power, yeah. But look, my wife likes it. You got to keep the wife happy, right? Charles Bronson. That's.
I mean, Death Wish 1 is it's a bit like, that's okay as a film. It's quite good, I think, from what I remember. But Death Wish 3 is the best film ever made.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, I love loads of retro older films. Like probably too many to name. TV series like ones I watch with the wife usually. Pretty good. She might hear me saying the word wife and wonder who that is. So better be careful. Yeah. Right, cool. Let's move on because we'll be here all night. All right, let's mark that one as complete because we've quite a few of these to get through. So we'll speed up a little bit, we promise. Yeah. All right, if you had to be a division in Warno, which one would it be? It's a strange. If I had to be a division, maybe that's a translation, but
maybe in a division, I guess.
Let's say favorite division. Yeah, I like playing as the Belgians because of their quick tanks combination with ATGMs. Really cool. I like the American 101st because of their ability to dominate the air, and I love the British because they've got quirky units like swing fire. So at the moment, I'm playing a lot with the Belgians, so I'll go with them.
I like the German divisions, the NATO ones. I love the armored strength of those. The Gepards are some of the best anti-air, I think, in the game.
You probably said that wrong, and everyone's going to go mad at you. And I'm not quite sure how you say it, but yeah. So much in Warno. I just love making divisions. It depends what mood I'm in, but British, Belgians, I usually play. French if you want to have some quirky fun.
Yeah, but I like the German. The infantry and the armored side of it.
I'm more interested whether she also likes Margot Robbie in the bath. Is that? I guess that's my wife.
I feel like this stream is going to take a tandem.
It's going X-rated. Look, it's my 40th birthday this weekend, and we're going away. So I'll float that idea and see how it goes down. I won't. All right, come on.
All right, next question. I'm excited about the next one.
Do you enjoy RPG games? Hey, a bit like this weekend. And if so, what are some of your favorites?
I adore RPG games. I'll let you go first.
All right, cool. Yes, I do. I really enjoy some of the Bethesda games growing up. Skyrim was an absolutely epic moment for me at that time. It was just, it came at the right time and I really enjoyed it. I played through it a few times, all the way back to Morrowind.
It was epic when we first loaded that.
That was it. Oblivion, me and you. Now, you obviously, thank you for the pre-birthday wish. Sorry, question in chat, which I'll get to. Morrowind, Oblivion. I love first-person RPGs. I don't think there's enough of them. Kingdoms of Amular Re-Reckoning, is that's a they sent me a whole bunch of stuff and we didn't do a video and I feel real guilty about it. So, but it was not Kingdoms of Amular. What's that game called?
Tainted Grail.
Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Yes, give them a plug because it's a really good game. And I literally, didn't cover their game after they sent me a bunch of stuff. I feel bad.
Yes. I also love RPG games. The ones Luke mentioned, so I won't kind of go through all them. But I also like isometric older RPGs. So Baldur's Gate 2, I think, was the pinnacle of many of this. I think Icewind Dale is a great game as well. So the Black Isle ones. Planescape Torment is a game a lot of people forget about, but is one of the most, I guess, from a writing narrative perspective, very strong. Some of the more modern ones, like Pillars of Eternity, I've enjoyed as well. I love RPG games.
All
Sunk
right.
many.
I think we'll go with that. First person for me. I know you like top down as well. First person RPGs I really like, and stuff like that Aeronarf Renaissance I showed off in the beginning.
Fair enough.
Choose your own adventure RPGs I absolutely love. All right, cool. There's a quick question in chat, which we can answer pretty quickly. Do you prefer Warno compared to Red Dragon? And I would say yes. I bounced off Red Dragon hard. I was very frustrated by that game. Yeah, Warno definitely all day long.
Fair enough.
All right, cool. We've got a whole load of these to go, so we probably should speed up a bit, right? Look at this.
Okay, let's maybe quickfire
let's quickfire some of these. Regardless of how likely or not the possibility of it actually happening, are there any games for which you guys would like to see a sequel remake? Let's speedfire that one.
Yeah, redo Baldur's Gate 3 to actually be proper.
Civilization 2 to, like, you know, actually remake, you know, a proper sequel to that game instead of some of the stuff we've had since.
I would love a sequel to no, I was just about to say a game that already has a sequel. No, so yeah, I would something like Planescape Torment. Now I've mentioned it, or I'd love to see Zed remade. Zed the Bitmap Brothers.
That was cool. That was a cool
that's
game.
an old school RTS game, and I feel like a modernization of that would be amazing.
I agree. Nice shout. I didn't really answer the question. Obviously, I was having a dig at Civ 7. But, yeah, a sequel. Warno 2. Why we're here. Let's go. All right. There's probably so many sequels I'd love to see. But let's roll on. All right, here we go. At what point did either of you decide to give up on a game, and for what reason? Thanks for putting out great content. All right, cool. I kept that bit in. No problem. We're really cooking on gas at the moment on the channel, so we appreciate it. Go, Tom. What point did you decide to give up on a game? This probably gonna be relevant to me.
I guess Baldur's Gate 3. To kind of bring it back to what I said before, I just could not connect as well with that game. I don't know. It was probably because of my legacy of playing the old one. But I, got into quite deep into the game, and I just cannot seem to get across the finish line with it.
Yeah, I bounced off it pretty quickly. Found it frustrating. I just found it so contrived. Like, all the missions were so incredibly convoluted. You could do things 100 different ways. I like to do things the right way. But it just, I don't know. I did struggle with Baldur's Gate 3. It felt like Divinity Original Sin 3. Yeah.
Agreed.
Cool. For me, I'll stick with you there. I give up on games all the time because I have the attention span of a small gnat.
I tend to do the opposite. I lock into games and then only play them obsessively.
All right, cool. What do you guys consider to be the best game that no one plays or talks about? Geez, how long do you have? These questions are good.
It's some good bloody questions. I think. I think Total Annihilation gets overshadowed by Supreme Commander, and I think more credit needs to go back to Total Annihilation. Just my maybe not so hot take, but yeah, I think it's the godfather of that style of RTS.
Agreed. I mean, our whole channel is built on this question, right?
Yeah.
Our whole channel, if you had to write kind of a mission statement for our channel, like, I've got some games written here, like Rebel Fury, RBM Studios Gettysburg, these type of war games that nobody really ever plays or talks about. Five Nations, the
Ah,
RTS.
that's
That's
a
a
great
really
little
good
RTS.
game. That's a really
What
good
a
shout. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, our whole channel is built on this Megalomania.
Megalomania.
That is a great game. I have
Oh
that
my
on a
god.
Linux. I built a little Raspberry Pi machine, and I have
Yeah.
it. I have it on there on Linux. Honestly, Megalomania is absolutely brilliant. So that's
You were obsessed for that game.
I was obsessed with that game.
The new technological dawn, sire, whatever it was.
Yeah, you were a bit young, and I was playing on Sega, and you used to watch me on I had a little screen TV and my little Genesis, and you'd sit there and watch me play.
And I would think I was also playing too. I was at that age.
Yeah.
And Tribes, 100%.
Tribes, 100%. I mean, there's just so much, right? Our entire channel's built on this. Watch any of our list videos, you'll find we need to do a retro list. We need a retro list. Another question in, ever tried Silica? Yeah, we both played Silica. We actually live streamed it once. Live streaming's not our favorite thing to do, so we mixed it up today, but I've played Silica. I think it's very good. It's good.
Agreed. Next question.
This one, I thought about this one earlier. My answer is so boring. If you were in a room full of other people, what one skill do you think you could 1v1 anyone in the room at?
Capitals of the world.
I think you know every single one, right?
I don't know if I do, but
Capital of Liberia.
I recently of where?
Liberia.
Port Monrovia.
Mongolia.
Ulaanbaatar.
Philippines.
Manila.
Yeah, all right, okay, he's pretty good. Mine's really boring because I thought, there's so many skills that you think that if you came across someone who was actually good at it, you wouldn't be any good. Against the general public, I think I have a lot of skills that I could hold up, but there's always a specialist in the room.
Yeah.
So
I think gaming knowledge.
Oh, gaming. Yeah, that's a good one.
Like I think we would be in the top echelon of that population worldwide of knowing retro
You'd
games.
hope so, running the channel that we do, right? You'd hope so.
How we 1v1 someone with that, I don't know. But
I know. Look, mine's gonna be really boring. I work at a high level in safety. No one's gonna beat me at safety legislation. I'm 1v1ing anybody at that. So safety law, yeah, you're screwed. Let's move on. We're obviously an unskilled pair.
yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever evaluated real life locations to see if they would be good game levels? If so, what game? I have one. So remember when you used to play, I think it was like Tony Hawk's Skater?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. And I think we'd be in like a shopping center as kids, and I'd be like, damn, this would be a great location for Tony Hawk's right now.
Yeah. I mean, any playground that I go to with my son.
I'm glad you said my son at the end of that statement, or it was going to be weird.
Any playground where I was hanging out with my son would make an epic skate.
Hang on, we've someone bragging in the comments about lifting heavy things. Someone challenged me to a bench press off on YouTube once, and I accepted. But I mean, what's heavy? Me and Tom we're both big into the gym now. We can lift a bit, so maybe. But there's always gonna be someone stronger than you. That's something I've learned over the years.
I've gone down that rabbit hole. I have been strong, but not elite level.
I think we were like, both me and you were like bored. I stuttered there. What the fuck was that?
No.
Both me and you were like sort of borderline elite level lifters, but we never could push into the elite.
Yeah, only at certain lifts too. I was never like good bencher or anything.
Oh, I can bench 120 for 6 reps now.
Yeah,
kilograms, not pounds.
Deadlifts and squats.
All right, cool. Let's move on from the gym. That's our past life. Life. All right, we've completed that one. Oh God, here we go. Tom's going to go on a bloody rant now. What is the best Paradox game right now or old? Sorry, what is the best Paradox game right now or old? Does not matter.
Great question.
I have
almost too big a question to answer comprehensively. I do think the pinnacle of the crown jewel is the Europa Universalis series. It's either 2 or 4.
I think for me, it peaked at 1 or 2, and also For the Glory.
It peaked at 2 with the For the Glory add-on or mod, whatever it was.
Yeah. CK2 for me was never a big thing. I get why people love it. I know it's a great game, but I just never got into it.
Like it. It's a great game. I think EU4 is probably my favorite one I've played, but the DLC just rubs me the wrong way.
The DLC policy, like you said to me, "Oh, Luke, I'm working on this script, and I've got some negative things to say about DLC." And I was like, Tom, do we really want to go down that road?" And then you showed me the Paradox DLC lists. Oh my god!
Summer sale was on, and I think it was €280 to get the full Europa Universalis, 190 for the CK3. I was like, what are we doing here?
How do you ever get a complete version of the game if you're not actually a multi-millionaire?
You have their subscription service. Which, who wants to be? I don't want that for grand strategy games.
I'd lean on Stellaris as well, because I'm a bit more. I like Stellaris a lot, and I like some of the Star Trek mods for Stellaris. So yeah, I go down that road for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just yeah. Well, I think that's it, right? I liked Paradox back in the day. I'm not so high on them now. But I love you if you're listening.
Yeah. Sponsor.
This is an easy one for me. What are some of your favorite digital adaptations of board games? I'm going to turn this into a list in the near future. I've got a really cool list for this. But Dune Imperium is absolutely brilliant. And they're releasing the expansion packs one by one as well. So that's really, really good to see. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, Dune Imperium's really, really cool. Tom?
I mean, you kind of stole my my one. I think I think that's the one that comes to mind for me. It's the kind of pinnacle of digital board game adaptation.
There's a couple of ones. There's one called the name of it now, Raiders of the North or something like that. It's like a Viking board game. That's pretty cool. There's some others that I was interested in for a while, but yeah, they slipped my mind right now. So yeah, Dune Imperium for me, absolute classic. I actually own it. I have a copy of the physical board game over there. I bought it. I don't have any friends to play with, so I'm kind of screwed.
Next question, a contentious one, and I know who Magnus, who's asked this on.
What is the best? I can't even speak anymore. What is the best 4X game of all time, and why is it Alpha Centauri?
Okay. Do you want to go?
Civilization 2 is the best 4X of all time. Alpha Centauri is definitely up there. I can't argue with that. Only because of personal experience and nostalgia I have for Civ 2. Because me and you played that together all the time as kids. It was like our literal childhood growing up. But yeah, I can't deny Alpha Centauri is not the best. I think it could be considered the best. In modern time...
Civ 2 is great, but maybe objectively I'd say Civ 4 is kind of the pinnacle of the series.
I can't do it. I didn't play that. I played Civ 4, but it was not a Civ 2 to me. That's just nostalgia.
For me, Civ 2 and Colonization.
Colonization, yes.
They're my most played 4Xs of all time, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. And then modern ones, Star Dynasties is huge for me. I play that all the time to this day. Love Star Dynasties. But yeah, I mean, it's a loaded question, right? I think you gave the answer in there. It's definitely in the top 3.
Yeah.
Dependent on your background and childhood and how you enjoyed it. Right, cool. What are your favorite Warhammer games?
Gladius is a fantastic one.
Totally agree.
I won't step on your battle sector. I'll let you talk about battle sector, but I find it's very fun. Enjoy that a lot. And for a single playthrough experience and a cinematic perspective, I enjoyed Space Marine 2. But after that, I kind of bounced off it. But my most obsessive phase, and I played this so much, particularly when the Necrons came out, was Dawn of War.
Yeah, cool. I think that's fair. I mean, for me, Gladius, Battle Sector. There was some old game. If we're not talking 40k, Shadow the Horned Rat back in the day. Non-40. Yeah. That's just pure Warhammer. Absolutely love that game. Fire Warrior is terrible. I think I streamed that once on the channel where I did a video on it or something.
Something on it.
It was not good. But what else? Warhammer games. There's so many. I love the Armageddon series. Armageddon's no longer on Steam though. They took it off Steam.
Wow. Okay.
So it's gone. Armageddon's gone, but you can probably get it somewhere, but not on Steam. So yeah, those games. I think Relics of War and Battle Sector are definitely up there. There's other games like Bolt Gun, which are fun, but they don't last for me. Space Marine 2, I thought was very mid, but I won't go on about it. I just didn't. It's a console game, guys. Come on, that's a console game.
Yeah, I enjoyed. There was one part where you're charging against chaos, with the head of the chapter, and I did enjoy that a lot. And you're just fighting with your brothers, One
of those games where it's just sort of so manic, and like even to watch it on stream, it's just not. I want to sit there, like I play fucking Interstellar Space Genesis. I sit there for hours, slowly, methodically playing these games. Space Marine's just at the opposite end of the spectrum, really.
Next question.
I know next question, but someone's just at an absolute beauty in the chat. Good to see you, dude. Have a good night. Okay, follow up. Top 3 Total War.
Ooh. Rome, for me, because that was the one I played the most growing up. I think the original Shogun we also played quite a bit. And Medieval I played, but not as much as those ones. So I would say Rome for me is top. Rome Total War.
Yeah, Medieval Total War 2 for 2 reasons. 1, I played a huge amount of it, and 2, I smashed you in a multiplayer battle once. One of the only times I beat you in multiplayer, and it was decisive, so I never forgot that.
But just for context here, everyone, Luke had played probably like 50 hours of this game.
Well, I'd say more like 500.
You were like, should we have a match? I was like, I've never played it before, but and then he's like, yeah, and then he played some weird Portuguese tactic that just annihilated me, and I was like,
and do you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I've been set up here.
I love to get spicy. Yeah, I can be a bit cheeky. Yeah, it's my mentality to be a little bit rude. Sometimes I'm a bit naughty, but there you go. Yeah. Tom makes me behave myself on stream. What was I going to say? So for me, yeah, Medieval Total War 2, absolutely love it. I really like Three Kingdoms. I think Three Kingdoms would be like number 3, and I'd probably stick Rome at 2.
Yeah, I'd say Rome 1, Medieval would be 3, and I think Shogun, the original.
Yeah, I bounced off Shogun a little bit, the second one. I think it's very good, but I might stick Three Kingdoms in there just because I found the Chinese setting really unique, and I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Okay, cool. That was a nice question in the chat. This one, favorite gin currently. So this is because I was in the Discord chatting about gin at Christmas. I haven't drank gin for ages. I'm not drinking right now. So I'm going to give you a boring answer that it's nothing at the moment, but maybe over the weekend I'll let myself go at my 40th birthday and we'll drink some gin. So yeah, I'll let you know. I know who asked that question, so I'll keep you posted.
I don't really drink gin, but I quite like Bombay. Was it Bombay, London? Or
I think it was. I think I put this in the. Who would win in a fight, Luke or Tom?
Me.
So, I think the tail of the tape. I mean, I outweigh you by at least 20 kilos.
So you gas out quick.
So your only chance of beating me in a fight is to make me run around. But I have been doing a little bit, not much, but a little bit of MMA lately.
I would guess I'd probably give Luke about 17 seconds.
Someone wrote Tom, Luke's all mouth. Is probably about right.
Yeah.
You'd get him while he's bragging. Totally would. You totally. Or the trouble is, I went back to MMA recently, and I don't like being hit. It just didn't. I like giving it, but I can't take it.
Absolutely. We'll leave that one.
No,
we'll do a live
I think we agreed that I win.
I think you last about 17 seconds, and you'd be on the floor.
I think I'd get you strong. It'd be good. But yeah, all right, cool. That was a bit of a. The truth is, I don't think we can afford to fight anymore. We're too interlinked in what we do now.
Exactly.
Cool.
A little off topic. I like this next one.
A little off topic. What's your favorite thing to eat or make food wise?
Sushi. I love fish, and I love sushi. Absolutely adore it.
Actually, just quickly jumping back to the last question. Now we're YouTubers. This isn't really out the realms of It's not really a fantasy thing. We might end up having to fight other YouTubers. At what size can I fight Jake Paul? What? How many subscribers do we need?
I mean,
the chat liked us fighting each other. I don't know why.
Okay. Then let's just get a pay-per-view going. Luke v. Tom. There we go.
Two over the hill old codgers going at it in a ring. It'll be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Yeah. And someone said we're in the right age bracket and skill level to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, completely useless. Wow. I mean, yeah. Let's get those 12 pay-per-view buys from our channel. That's to be about it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Sorry, let's move on. I took us back into the gutter again. Sorry, sushi. That's a I didn't know that about you.
I love sushi. We try to have it once a week.
Cool. I do like it. I get some of it sometimes. It's a really good one. At the moment, I like really healthy stuff. I'm doing steaks, and I'm doing very sort of Italian style salads with trying to lose a little bit of weight because I gained a bit of weight recently. I was up to like 106 kilos, which was a bit insane. No, I'm still ripped and strong.
Recently,
so I'm eating a lot of salads and stuff at the moment. I love stir fries. Absolutely love Asian style stir fries. All sorts of stuff, really. I'm not an amazing cook, but my wife hates cooking, so she makes me do all of it.
Favorite sushi dish is the nigiris and anything with tuna. I really like the tuna.
That's cool. I didn't know that about you, so I learned something tonight.
There we go.
What's your favorite time period or era to play games in?
90s.
No, but I think this is saying like when the game is set. I was like, that's super specific.
The 90s, baby. I misread that. Yeah. I guess for me, like medieval or high medieval fantasy, like era settings. So like those sort of settings, I think I resonate with.
We lost you a bit there, unless it was just me. I don't know if your internet went, but you went a bit. You started speaking like a robot.
Oh no! So I said medieval or high fantasy medieval settings would be kind of one that jumps out to me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think for me, I mean, I love Napoleonic Wars. I did a list on that. American Civil War, and the future. The future, I think, is probably one of my favorite eras to play games. So that goes across my love of history and my love of space games, sci-fi games. So yeah, I think I span such a huge. That's a really poor answer to the question, but I love
everything.
Yeah, it really is genre specific. Like either, if it's a war game set in Napoleonic Wars, I'm going to absolutely love it. If it's a war game set in World War II, I'm probably going to love it. If it's a good game, and if it's a space game set in the future, I'm probably going to just go crazy. So yeah.
Good question.
All right. I think we've done this one. What are your fun suggestions for making battle groups in Warno? I assume lots of lightly armed military police is a key to victory. A fun one is, always lightly armed military police. Yes. A fun one is just trying to dominate the air with airplanes. That's tough, but if you can do it, it's really cool.
Play a theme. Play like loads of armor, loads of artillery, and then try to stick to that theme. I think it's very fun.
So Luke Watson said, "What's your favorite era?" Luke answers yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. It's the worst answer ever.
Or the best answer ever. Just give it all to me. All right, cool. Warno, yeah. You can play around with it, but if you try and play too specific, you're gonna get crushed. But I didn't play
I like to play
competitively.
a theme, like, hey, I'm going heavy arty or
Or,
heavy tank.
or any French battle division is quite unique.
French ones are tough. They're tough to play.
Yeah. Cool. All right. We've done like Warno. I probably won't be playing it anymore. We've done a lot of talking about Warno recently. We're not that obsessed with Warno, I swear. Oh, here we go again. With titles like Warno, Regiments, and Broken Arrow blurring the lines between RTS and Wargame, or the Steel Division and Red Dragon games, how do you differentiate between between the two when compiling lists?
I see RTS first, Wargame second. And I think it's just because I think I have less experience with the war game side of things, so I always just think them as RTSs. To be honest, I don't see I just see it as a milsim RTS style, and that's the way I view it.
Yeah. I have a very wide, and I get some, when I used to post in some of the groups, I don't do it so much anymore because we don't need to. But that, I mean that in a nice way, but we just don't need to anymore. It's more hassle than it's worth because people get very angry when they consider a war game to just be Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. Do you know what I mean? Like, such a complicated grognard style war game that fair enough. But for me, war games is a huge category, and it can be casual, it can be deep, it can be sort of RTS, it can be turn-based. And I think that was how we've tackled war games on the channel and been so successful with it.
Yeah.
I almost started saying to people, look, whatever I say a war game is a war game, so screw you.
Yeah, I mean, I think a broader definition rather than a narrow one, I think is
I think when you start getting too narrow, and you're like Space Sim, right? Space Sim is a classic. You'll get people who come on and go, unless it's Elite Dangerous, the original, it's not a Space Sim. But, that's so narrow for us to work with that we have to expand the genre to create the list that we do.
Yeah, we have to take a little bit of artistic license with the definition of a genre sometimes for content.
Someone in the chat, hey LT, did you guys ever find out if that Spearhead 2 game was co-op? I didn't, but I will ask the question. I will see if I can find your comment or drop into our Discord. I'll ask the question of our contact at Microprose and see what he says. I imagine there is an element of co-op in that game, but I don't know.
We'll find out. We'll
give
him a ring.
We'll give him a ring. Yeah. No, we will. We'll follow up on that. I know I did say to you in a comment that I would follow up, and I did. I didn't get a chance to speak to our Microprose guy yet. We've been sort of absolutely flying on space stuff at the moment, so we are going to circle back to war games next week, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard for us to cover everything all the time, and I think like Tom did Falling Frontier, and that thing has just absolutely gone wild. So we're real grateful for that. Cool.
Perfect.
Last question. Final question. It's been a long one, unless anyone asks any more stuff in the live. But overall, it's so hot up here that I have to get out of this room soon. Do you have any plans to play with the audience in the future? Not sure if this has been asked before. Always open to it. If any people in the Discord want to play Warno, I think we almost got close to organising it once. I do it. I'm not a huge multiplayer gamer, though. I like to play on my own. I'm a single player, mostly.
Yeah. And we play co-op a lot because it's just like let's be honest, we are almost always talking on Steam. Like it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. And so we're always in contact on Steam, so it's very easy for us to just jump in a game quickly and do like half hour. But I find it very hard to schedule that otherwise for multiplayer.
Agreed.
I would love to do something like Tribes or something which is a dead game. You can't really get the games anymore.
Yeah. And something I was sort of good at, so I don't... Because you know me, I can play games almost for the experience. That's why I like X4 so much, because you're playing it for the experience rather than sort of, trying to be good at it. thanks for the super chat. Great to see faces. Yeah, this is me and Tom. I mean, we're both cracking on a bit, but we're not bad for our ages. Thanks for the entertaining live and all the great content. Here's $5 for the winner of your next head-to-head battle. Real stakes. So the tawniest, that's the person I bumped into in the Planet Peterson live on the debunk. So I watch a lot of debunk content on YouTube, and no, we appreciate that. So thanks very much for the support. Mate. We appreciate it.
That's great.
And one thing I will say is we're not very good. This is not the content me and Tom think that we're very good at. So our channel really responds to our scripted content amazingly well. So yeah, we don't think that we're very good at this stuff, but we don't mind doing it because I think you get the hardcore here. Do you know what I mean? The hardcore show up.
This is for the people in the Discord who we talk to a lot, and the people who've been, I guess, lurking on the channel for some time in the comments and commenting. So we just want to connect with you guys a little more.
Yeah, our channel's not very built around live content. There's no need to tip us anything either, guys. But yeah, we're doing just fine. But we do appreciate that. It's a really nice thing to see, just even as a kind of recognition. But yeah, our channel's not built around this style of content. We're scripted people. I mean, sometimes I will record a part of my clip. I said this to Tom, and it will be like 5 seconds, and I listen back to it. I'm like, oh, there's a click in that. I don't like my audio there, and I'm very OCD. It takes me a long time to record a video, so this sort of stuff is different.
Yeah. Anyway, I think.
Yeah, we've come to a natural end, right? We've come to a natural end. We really appreciate everybody who's shown up. We'll go back to the Slytherine sale. I think we definitely would do something like this again. Maybe hunt the deep gems. That was fun.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And we'll go from there. Yeah, corporate bullshit. That is actually one of my strengths. I could definitely 1v1 most people in corporate bullshit. So there we go.
Perfect,
actually,
guys.
And also, everybody who commented in the chat, I know who you are. If I saw you chatting away, join the Discord. You get a key from Slytherine. So I've seen lots of people commenting tonight. Join our Discord. We'll send you a key to a Slytherine game.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, I'm going to shut this down. Thanks very much, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye.